she was falsely accused by a resident, and that led to her dismissal. That alone is a lot of headache, because the thing about us migrants is that it's so sad. We are always sending money home, but when we are in trouble, can we count on some family members back home that can actually send us money? Hardly. Stop that. I'm currently in the US enjoying myself with my family, and then from nowhere I get this email from this lady saying that she's in massive trouble and this is her problem. So she says that she was falsely accused by a resident, so that means she works in a care home, and that led to her dismissal. But before the dismissal, she was reported to the NMC for them to investigate to see if she's still worth being on the nursing register or on the NMC register. So that is a serious issue. That alone is a lot of headache, because whenever you're filling another application as a nurse, they would always ask if you have any investigations ongoing. She's not able to get another job with sponsorship, especially because there's an investigation ongoing with her practice. She's exhausted all her savings. She's here with her family. She's not getting a job. And the thing about NMC is NMC investigations can take forever. An investigation can start in 2014 and the results will be 2018. Like, if you watch my Struggle videos, you realize that NMC can take a while when it comes to investigations. I know definitely she's going to get another job, and let the prospective employer know that there's an investigation ongoing. She doesn't have to lie. But only few employers will take you, because now it's like you have to be supervised when you're working, and that means they have to pair you with somebody all the time, so you can't be a lone worker. This story is really sad. Obviously, I'm going to assist her in the best way that I can. But just before I left to the US, there was a story on my Ghana Nurses page similar to this, where another Ghanaian brother also has lost his job. He's unable to pay his bills, and then they had to solicit for funds for all of us to help with this person. When they gave us the total amounts that they got, I mean, I realized that out of over 600 people, if this is how much we got, the person will still be broke very, very soon, because it was not much. And the thing about us migrants is that it's so sad. We are always sending money home, but when we are in trouble, can we count on some family members back home that can actually send us money wherever we are, like in the UK or in the US? Hardly. It's rare. So whenever we're faced with certain challenges in a foreign land, it's huge. We don't have any family members to assist us, and then the friends we have are friends usually we got from here, and most of these friends are not even from our country. Most of these friends are just friends we just made. And can we even trust these friends enough to be vulnerable to them, that they will not even use it against us? So this friend is very close to me, and his brother got opportunity to come to the UK to join the British Army. And when he came, for whatever reason, his start date to join the army delayed due to English proficiency, blah blah blah. All through the time that he was getting the necessary documentation ready so that he can join the British Army, he fell one time, and it was so bad that he ended up in a nursing home. So now, like, he can't do anything by himself. I don't know if I should say brain dead. This is a young, vibrant man who was fit enough to get the offer to join the British Army. And this person is now in a nursing home. And this friend of mine was the only very close relative around. And now that friend of mine had to battle with taking care of himself and his family. And then, back home as well, what help can they bring? There are so many stressful situations that we go through. I know of a gentleman who is cool. Another resident in a nursing home accused this gentleman of sexually harassing him. When I heard the story, I knew that it was a lie. The thing is, even when the accusation comes in, before they finish with the investigations to come out with a verdict that you were indeed innocent, the stress that you have to go through, and this investigation can take so long. So as migrants, there are so many challenges. If you have not had any challenges, thank God and thank your stars. But these things can happen to everyone. I mean, I have a friend who accidentally knocked somebody down with her car and also went through massive stress. And after the stress, this person is so afraid to drive sometimes on her own. Any little thing can go south and become a very massive issue. And I wonder, foreign land, when we have such issues, how can we deal with them? I've also had my fair share of issues. The most severe one is what I shared on my channel recently about somebody dying in my nursing home. A doctor coming in to verify the death, and instead of verifying the death, said that the death was suspicious, had to go to the coroners.
So I've been in the UK for about 5 years and 2 months. And this particular day I'm about to talk about was the worst day of it all. The shift actually ended with me being interrogated by 3 fully armed, strong, tall, big police officers with a camera in front of me, like the way they do it in the movies, like with a camera in front of me. Guys, it was very traumatic. I thought, this is it. What's going to happen now? Like, is my career coming to an end? That shift gives me post-traumatic stress disorder till date, honestly. And it's been a little over a year, but even thinking about it makes me teary, makes me sad, gives me goosebumps till date.
and it was so shocking. And I have a husband, I have a son, and I have to go to work, and everything was so stressful at the time because you have no idea what the verdict is going to be. Even though you know you're innocent, that time frame that you're waiting for an outcome of the postmortem or the autopsy is so stressful. As a mother, as a wife, as a nurse, everything becomes so bad. Even when you go to work, you're so scared to do some things, and your husband is always consoling, you're always praying, you're not in the right frame of mind to even play with your child because you're always thinking about it. And it's not easy, it's really tough. But there are a few things that work for me, and I'm going to share with you as well. And they helped me a bit to relieve the stress. Sometimes it becomes overwhelming. You just have to seek professional help. You just need somebody who is trained to help you. Just that. And that is why I'm happy to introduce BetterHelp as a paid partner for this video. So what BetterHelp does is they connect you with a credentialed therapist who is trained to listen to you and to give you helpful, unbiased advice. Sometimes the people that we talk to, because they don't want to hurt our feelings, or because they don't want us to dislike them, they would just tell us what we want to hear. But sometimes you need to get help from a professional. And that is why I recommend BetterHelp, okay? Usually within maximum 48 hours, BetterHelp is going to match you with a credentialed therapist or a professional who has many years of experience in helping people with struggles just like yours. The amazing thing is you can do it on your phone, you can do it on a computer, a tablet, wherever. And it can be done through like a video chat, or it can be done through like a voice call or a phone call, or it can be done through messaging, however you feel most comfortable. And to me, this is the easiest way to start talking to a therapist, so you can get started fast, okay? So let BetterHelp help you, connect you to a therapist who can really support you with your situation. To do all this in the comfort of your own home. So all you have to do to get started is to go on their website, and then you use betterhelp.com/Nanelle, which is also going to be in the description, okay? And you enjoy a special discount on your first month, okay? See, mental health is extremely important, and we need that to function properly. Thank you, BetterHelp, for partnering with me in today's video. One thing that we can do is to join support groups. A support group can be like a WhatsApp group, a church. So for me, I do both. I have serious different WhatsApp groups, but the one I'm most vibrant in, I think, is the Ghana Nurses in the UK WhatsApp group. So when this thing happened, I shared it there, and there were so many people that sent me direct messages that said that they were quite trying to console me, trying to offer me help, and it was so helpful. It gave me some form of reassurance. And I only shared it on YouTube a year later after the incident, but that support group, they were helpful. Again, I shared it to some people in my church. I shared it to my pastor. I shared it with my friends in church that I trust. And then they helped me with some of these things. Because see, some people have been through worse than you have been through. Some people also know other people that have been through worse than you have been through. I mentioned that I even spoke to some solicitors about it, right? There's these solicitors who, it says no claim, no pay, something. They help you with your case in the UK, and you don't have to pay them. You only pay them after the whole incident is done. And then let's say if I sued the doctor and I had gotten compensation, I'll only pay them based on the compensation that I got. So even if you don't have money, you can still use them. And I didn't even know about them until I shared it with my friend in church who told me about it, and she also connected me to another person who had used them and was successful. I contacted the solicitors, I shared my case, blah 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 blah, but I haven't followed up ever since. It gave me some form of hope, some form of reassurance, some form of that, because at that time the people that I thought I could trust and they could help me, they didn't give me the sort of support. And I'm talking about RCN. Honestly, I've worked with RCN so many times. I'm still a member of RCN, but at that particular time, they didn't give me the support that I needed at that point in time. When I told them the issue and then they offered the therapist, they called me. It was booked over a month after the incident. That period between when it happened and that 1 month, do they know what I was going through? What is the use of the therapy 1 month later? When it was so intense that immediately the post-traumatic stress, that moment, those days or those weeks immediately following the event. Do you know what I went through? So I say that join a support group, your church group, and be vibrant as much as you can based on your schedule. And have friends and family that you can speak with. And don't be shy to share some of these issues. Sometimes you can even pretend that you're asking for a friend, but you're actually asking for yourself if you're shy. And you'll be amazed by the offers and the tips and the help that people can give you over there. So I will always say this. Okay, the next thing that I would say that helped me and can help you if you're facing similar challenges in a foreign land is to stay connected with your family back home. When this happened, I shared with my other sister. She was always praying for me. I shared with my mom. I shared with, other people close to me as well back home. And we're always, giving me support. People that you trust, people who would give you a listening ear and pray for you and all of that. I think that also helps. So aside the support groups in here, speak to family and friends back home as well. I did, and it helped me. Honestly, it works. If you have any special story to share about struggles that you faced here in the UK or anywhere else as a foreign healthcare professional living somewhere else, or as a migrant living somewhere else, and you'd like to share with my audience how you went through it, the support you got, I think these things need to be spoken about. Please send me an email. I'll leave the email here. I'll be happy to hear how you went about your issues. And to everybody who sent me emails and messages when I shared my situation and telling me who to call, who to send an email to, I really appreciate your support and your care, honestly. God bless you all.